Hey, good morning. Well, we've almost arrived at that time of transition. Um, and in all honesty, it's been a long road. And hopefully, over the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll be safe and peaceful. But we know that there's some people out there who are a little obsessed with a lot of things. Who have been threatening violence, who actually have brought violence to our community. And we're going to just be here this morning to meditate on our own well being and the well being of our world. Can I prove that this has any effect? I think the only proof would be in the way I live. So the proof of the effectiveness of meditation is the life I live today. So beyond that, I don't want to entertain any outlandish theories, but um, our various faiths or lack of faith, whatever we come from in terms of belief, they may point us towards a sense of participation in the overall goodness of the world, and um, maybe even some sense of the divine or some sense of interconnectedness between all of us, some sense of shared responsibility and a shared ability to create the life that is worth living. That's the deepest need, I believe, is that we have so many lovely people in this world, so many wonderful. I think about young people growing up, and in my experience right now among young people, anxiety is rampant. It's just the levels of anxiety are. Um, I don't know that we've ever seen this before, and there's lots of causes and sources of that anxiety. And I think a lot of it comes down to, have we actually intended to create, and have we successfully created a world in which it's kind of possible just to live a life, to grow up and um, use your gifts of all different sorts and really invest in yourself and invest in the world and invest in life as if it's worth living. So a life worth living is what we're intending. And it's definitely not worth living in a way that where hatred and fear are at the root. So that's what we're here to let go of. Any remnants of hatred within ourselves, any remnants of unhealthy fear. Some people use the word resentment, which is to feel things over and over again. So meditation can also be thought of as a way of cleansing resentment from our mind and our body. Releasing the places in our body where we're holding on to old injuries. We might even call that a sense of forgiveness, which is bringing myself to a place of peace, first of all, for me. So if something bad happened to me, is it possible that I don't have to relive that over and over? It's a tricky business. I'm sure you understand. I'm a therapist. I'm always asking people about their past and the difficult things that happened to them. But it's really for the purpose of bringing healing, not just rubbing salt in the wound. Although my dad used to put salt on our wounds, said it would heal them faster. I don't know about that. That was an idea that I don't know where that came from. I don't know if they do that in the hospital or good medical practice, but thanks, Dad. So we're not here to put salt in our wounds in that way. We're here to get grounded in this moment and see what we can create today. See what kind of peacefulness and harmony we can create in our own existence and what kind of energy we can bring to those who need to know that life is worth living and who need space to open themselves up to this life. So let's come to center. And this is a meditation that is initially meant to ground and settle you in the present moment. We can do this over and over and over, and we're still always not completely here. But it's okay. We'll do our best to be here, to be fully present. And my sense is that any little increase in awareness of the present moment is like magnificent. It's amazing what it does for us. So feeling our feet on the floor, feeling your body on the chair, the connection that gravity creates for you to be right where you are. And then taking a moment, taking some time to greet yourself just as you are in this moment, checking in with your body, the overall sensation of energy in your body, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, or a mix. Checking in with the sensations of your being and the feelings that are there, and even the thoughts that may be drifting through your consciousness or pouring through them. And seeing if it's possible just to open up to yourself just as you are in this moment. And be curious. And then at a certain point, letting your awareness find its way to a narrower focus, the breath moving in your abdomen. And it might help you enhance your awareness to let your mind just say, this breath fills me, and then I empty. Just bringing awareness to the belly and the breath. Noticing how the breath breathes itself. Each in-breath, an encounter with life, an accepting of what's given. Each out-breath, letting go and letting things be just as they are. And then broadening this practiced awareness to your whole body. Each breath fills you, and each breath is emptied. Cradling yourself in awareness, each breath filling you, each breath emptying. And then expanding this awareness very gently beyond yourself, so that each in-breath is a willing taking in of your world just as it is, maybe starting with literally your physical location and the people nearest you. And each breath out is a letting go and letting things be just as they are. And see if you can play with this just for a period of silence, allowing your in breath to be an opportunity to accept and embrace life as it's given to you today in any way you wish. It could be the work that lays ahead of you. It could be what health you're in. It could be how much money you have in the bank. It could be living in a country where there's potential strife. It could be anything. And letting each out breath represent for you an act of acceptance of letting things be just as they are. And for a period of silence, just being with your breath. Your body does this so beautifully. It takes what's given And it releases without struggle what's not needed. If your mind makes this too complicated or you feel like you've drifted away, returning to the body and the breath. Let yourself be with this wonderful exchange that happens in your breath. Opening up to life, taking it in, letting it be just as it is, and letting go of what's not needed. And then could we take a small extra step in this practice? Only do this if you wish. Otherwise, just hang out with your breath. But would it be possible on the in breath to willingly absorb some of the angst, some of the bitterness, some of the pain, some of the fear that our human family is holding? Just a sip of it in my breath. And in exchange, giving back all the peacefulness and all the love that I have to offer. So, willingly breathing in and absorbing a tiny bit of the problem of human pain, hatred, fear, angst, and giving back the love and the peace that I have to offer. And if you wish, hanging out for a while in this exchange. So, in this meditation, we've explored how something as simple as our breath represents so much. And perhaps we've reached a little bit of connection with a truth that good people all over the world right now, consciously or unconsciously, are willingly absorbing the difficulty that is being generated and are replacing it with all the love and kindness and peacefulness they have to offer. And take a moment just to join with them. Millions and millions of good people, consciously or unconsciously, practicing this human miracle of love in the midst of difficulty. And then for a little while, just bringing awareness back to your body and your breath, feeling your body sitting or lying down, feeling your breath, keeping you going. Thank you for being here. And hopefully your practice allows you to just occasionally do a brief check-in with yourself, reconnect to your breath, and that's another part of mindfulness that exists outside of formal meditation, which is just taking a few deep breaths and noticing again your connection to the present moment, and that also embraces the meaning of your existence and the life that's worth living that you've been given today. And if you find this helpful, share it with others. Thank you for being here. Be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day. Big change in our country. Thanks. Bye.